Today for math, we are going to be solving more math problems about frogs. I need you to grab your student workbook and turn to page 21, and it should look like this. Our first problem says 3 frogs on the log, 5 frogs in the water. How many more frogs are in the water than on the log? I want you to think about what this problem is asking us. When I think of this problem, I know that it's asking how many more frogs are on the log and than in the water, and we need to determine how many more frogs are in the water than on the log. You are going to need to get some of the cubes that you have and try to do 2 different colors. If you don't have the cubes, that's okay. We will try our best. So I'm going to use orange cubes and blue cubes. I'm going to use my cubes to show the number of frogs seated on the log and the number of frogs in the water. So I'm going to use blue for water, and I know looking at my problem, there are 5 frogs in the water. So I have 5 frogs in the water. And there are 1, 2, 3 frogs on the log. So I only need 3 cubes to represent 3 frogs on the log. Now I want you to use either your cubes, or if you don't have any cubes and you're just looking at mine, I want you to use my 3 cubes and my 5 cubes to answer the question in the problem. Okay, so remember, our problem is asking how many more frogs are in the water than on the log. Okay. Now, I remember that I started with 5 blue cubes and 5 orange cubes, but there are only 3 frogs to show the 3 frogs on the log. So how many more frogs are on the water than on the log? So I look at this as I have 1 frog on the log, 1 frog in the water. 2 frogs in the log, 2 frogs in the water. 3 frogs on the log, 3 frogs in the water. But now I have 2 frogs in the water that don't have a partner on the log. So now I look at it as I have 2 cubes or 2 frogs missing from the log. So my question is asking how many more frogs are in the water than on the log. So I know that there are 2 more frogs in the water than there are on the log because I have 2 cubes missing. So now I'm going to draw a picture in my rectangle to show that there are 2 more frogs in the water than on the log. So I'm going to show my drawing. So these cubes are my water cubes, and these are my log cubes. So I know that there are 2 more frogs on the water. Or I could say 5 minus 3, because we have 5 in the water and 3 on the log. How many more frogs are in the water than on the log? 2. Okay. Now, if you have a different way to solve this problem, that is awesome. You can show us your way on how you solved it. But here's just something to get you started. When you are done with this first one, you are going to flip the page and do the second one. Okay? This one says 6 frogs. How many eyes in all? Okay? When you are done with the first page, page 21, and page 22, I want you to take pictures of these and post it onto Seesaw. Good luck!